welcome back to my channel. We gotta catch up. Welcome, my name is Tatiana. I am a mentor, I'm a business coach. Some days I am a stationery expert. Some days I am a YouTuber, you know, just kind of depends on what's happening. Every day I'm a mom, I'm a wife, and just a woman really trying to figure out what is going on, okay? Today, what brings me joy is finally getting to meet my girl Shalina and her family, and just like, I'm so excited. She has just been there for me in so many instances, business, personal life, just all of the things, and I'm just very, very excited. I feel like right when I feel like I'm getting ready to get on my game, then like something else comes up, and I feel like that's just a testament to how things are sometimes, right? Like a lot of the time stuff is not in our control, but what I always like to focus on and remember is that even if I'm not able to do like the laundry list of things, the nice to have things, I'm always doing the things that are non-negotiable.
Not so great for us individually. So if we're not eating real food, we're not able to fuel our bodies.
I just got off of a live, and this was the first live that I did being pregnant.
That's the baby.
I can't see it.
We're gonna zoom in on baby. I'm just measuring the uterus. We found
It
it.
looks like the app. She's always like, why does it look like that? Like,
Oh.
it's gonna take a while.
Baby's measuring 9 weeks exactly. So maybe
Oh,
measuring
9
a little bit
weeks.
ahead.
Oh,
Yeah.
wow. So this is just a random day. It's actually Saturday right now. And this day just turned really exciting. Like, it was really just about to be a regular Saturday, but some exciting things are getting ready to happen within the next few hours, hopefully. I'm on my way to Hobby Lobby right now because I need to pick up a few things for a couple of reasons. I'm making some birthday shirts for my sister's, for my nephew's birthday that's coming up next month. You know, like people do like the little family theme shirts, so I'm making those for them. And then I also need to look because my daughter's birthday is getting ready to come up at the end of this month. So I need to see a few things for her. We're actually doing more of an experience this year, but I still want to have like a couple little decoration type things. So I just want to see what they have. And then the main reason I'm going is because my husband is starting back with school next week. It's going to be the first day. So I wanted to just kind of like do a cute little, just like excited for you starting school, little mini celebration coming up one of these nights here. So I just wanted to grab a few little like materials for that. So kind of going for a couple of different purposes right now. But y'all, it's so exciting because if you just got done watching that little montage, then you know that I am pregnant. And yeah, it's been a crazy couple of months just trying to wrap my head around the news first off, and also just dealing with first trimester. You know, I'm actually probably going to sit down a little bit later in this video and I'll share a little bit more about it, just to, you know, share my thoughts, how it's been and all of that. But yeah, that's the main thing, is it's just like, it's been a huge piece of news basically. So today is really cool because I got an email this morning and it was saying that I had some more test results that came in, and the test results have the baby's gender. So I had already kind of worked it out with my mom ahead of time if she could somehow do something. I didn't know what at the time. I was like, you know, surprise us in some way, because I feel like this baby's I don't know, announcement initially just was so blah, y'all. Like literally we just called people on the phone, was like, we just found out we're pregnant. Like it just was so uneventful, where I feel like we did so much more with Emery. Like I had a little video, I surprised Evan. It was just like this whole elaborate thing. And then this time it was just like, I called Evan upstairs and I was like, oh, just come look, and then bam, okay. And then it was on not 1, not 2, not 3, not 4. I think it was about 4 or 5, 3, something like that test that I took. And we were like, oh, this is real. So that was kind of how we found out. Very uneventful. So I was like, okay, we have to do something exciting for this. As you may know, if you follow me at all, my family is literally all over the place. No one is really in the same state or anything. So it's hard to be like, oh, let's do a gender reveal, or oh, let's do this. So I just was like, well, let's do something. I'm like, can you come up with something to do just so that we can have some element of excitement during this? And so we were talking this morning. I told her, I was like, I think the gender came. I almost looked at it by accident because I thought it was more of my blood work results, but it was in fact the baby's. And so my mom is in the process of, what we decided on is she's going to do a Target pickup, but to our Target location by us. And we are basically going to pick it up. And of course, the item that she orders, I don't know what it's going to be, but it's going to either be for a boy or a girl. So I'm going to record that. I'm going to bring you guys along and you can find out with us. So it's going to be very exciting. I told Evan this morning before I came here really quick, and I was like, look, we need to wear the color that you think we're having. So if you can't guess, I think that we're having a boy. And I feel like that because, I don't know, if I'm comparing the 2 pregnancies, even though I know none of this stuff is ever like proven or whatever the case is, I've been a lot less emotional this pregnancy. My cravings have been a lot more salty and spicy, specifically this pregnancy. And it's been more on the mild side. Like I have definitely had some rough days, don't get me wrong. It's been some days where I've been near tears just due to like certain symptoms I was having and stuff. But for the most part, it's been pretty manageable, where I feel like the first time around, the exhaustion, the nausea and stuff, it was just a lot worse. So I don't know. I mean, also it's 5 years ago, you know, might be kind of hard to remember, but I just feel like this one is, I don't want to say easier, but it's just so far it has not been as bad. And even now, like right now as I'm recording this, I'm within the 13 weeks and already I'm feeling basically like myself, and I've been feeling like myself since like last week. So it's kind of cool. I'm like, okay, we're in the 2nd trimester, you know, I'm getting back into the swing of things. I'm back on here. And yeah, so we're going to find that out in a little bit. So stay tuned for this little vlog catch up. It has been a while, but I'm back and I'm excited to share this piece of information with you that I have been holding in. And yeah, so let's go. All right, back at the house now. I'm gonna ask Emery what she thinks. Can you cut it down for a second? Mm-hmm. Just for a second? Yeah. Okay. No, I was just gonna ask you, what do you think the baby is?
A girl.
Why do you think it's a girl?
Because girls love toys.
That's why you think it's a girl, because girls love toys? If it's a boy, how will you feel?
Because boys do not like toys.
Emery, that doesn't make any sense. How would you feel if it was a boy? Would you be happy? Would you be sad? Would you just be kind of blah?
I'd just be kind of blah.
Yeah, she has expressed many times that she wants a sister. So we will see, right? We'll see soon. Okay, here we go. Emery, we're gonna find out what we're having. The girl's walking over here, but are you able to grab it and just bring it up here without looking?
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh,
we're about to find out what it is. Oh my goodness. Don't look at the bag. Don't. Okay.
we're gonna find out what it is.
Okay, we're about to find out. My mom is on FaceTime. Girl. Okay, you ready? Okay, everybody close your eyes. 1, 2, 3.
Oh! It's a boy? Let's go!
Oh,
My little dude!
Oh, you excited?
I am.
Oh.
Oh,
Are you
man.
excited?
I am.
Thank you for helping with this, Mommy.
You're welcome. I'm glad to be a part of it.
And here we got Emery. She just keeps saying yay, real
Yeah,
sarcastic.
she's... You gonna have her brother.
Oh my God. I knew it. I feel like, okay, my intuition it didn't let me down. Wait before you go on. Are you excited? Were you expecting this?
No, I was expecting a girl.
You did?
Yeah.
But I really felt like it was a boy. I really did.
I thought God was gonna punk me again.
So he was Team Blue, y'all. I said it earlier. He was Team Blue. Emery was Team. Are you at least a little bit excited though that you're gonna have a little sibling, somebody to play with? Yeah, and somebody that you get to teach new things to. All right, let's call. So we're gonna call Evan's mom really quick because she has all granddaughters and she has been waiting for a boy.
Gotta get numbers.
Hey, Ma.
Hey,
Hey,
Hey.
how y'all doing?
good.
Good.
She's probably wondering why.
We got something to...
Oh, we gotta get out of the.
Oh.
Alright. Well, we are back home now. Hopefully you are as excited as we were. So yes, I wanted to do a life update and just share where I have been, what's been going on with me, just all of the stuff and everything. It has been a whirlwind of, I guess, like the last 3-4 months time frame. Shoot, really, I feel like really, if I'm gonna say, maybe like the last 5-6 months has been crazy because it's just been so much happening. And so like the last thing that really I was sharing about and talking about, like I did a life update, I had just came off of doing, well, I was about to do my race. I did my race. I finished the race. It was so exciting, and I was gearing up to do a 10K next. And I was doing some traveling. My mom got married, so we went to celebrate her wedding in Tulum, and I was in the wedding, and that was really exciting. And then we came back. It was my grandfather's 70th party, so we had that going on, and it was just like all of this stuff back to back to back. So that's what was really going on kind of like in the spring. And so then I made this video on the channel, and I was like, okay, I'm back, you know, like I'm about to pick back up where I left off. Things are about to be good. I finally have time to focus and all of these things. And then, yeah, that's what brings us to this life update. So basically it was about a month after we had been back from Tulum. And what's crazy is now when I look back on the time frame, there was just some weird things that were going on, especially with me, just like I was just off in a lot of ways, and I didn't even think anything of it. Like I ended up having this kind of like scam situation happen to me. Luckily nothing happened because I ended up kind of being like, this is a scam. But it was this whole thing. These people had me on the phone. I was thinking it was the sheriff's department, and they were telling me like if I hung up I was gonna get arrested and all of this stuff. And so I was like so emotional in my feelings and all of this stuff, which typically when I'm in my right mind I usually be like from the jump, okay? But they kind of had me for a little bit. I never gave them any personal info or anything. So like I said, luckily I was fine, but it just ended up like really messing my entire day up. And I remember that specifically because I remember like how emotional I was and how shooken up I was about it, because they were saying like, oh, I was gonna get arrested, and I was like with Emery, and it was all this stuff. It ended up being a scam, and it actually is something, I guess it's been going on for a long time. I had never personally heard of it, but it seemed fishy, and I can always like share more if you're interested in it. But it was just like they had called. It was actually like a number that was from the sheriff's department. It was all this stuff, and it ended up being a scam. So anyway, it was like things like that were kind of going on. I was very emotional and all of this stuff. And then the days leading up to what would have been my period, I noticed that I was having cramps as normal, but I was also having a lot of nausea as well, which sometimes that happens around my time of the month, but not really. And if it does, it's usually like pretty quick and then it's gone. And so after like 2 or 3 days of having that happening, and then especially like the nausea thing was really what was weird. The one night I had fell asleep on the couch, I woke up, I felt so nauseous, y'all, okay, like beyond nauseous, okay. And so I went upstairs and I was getting ready to go to bed, and then I was like, you know what, this is probably really weird, and I'm gonna do this and then I'm gonna go to bed, everything gonna be fine, you know. And I went ahead and took a pregnancy test. When I tell you I was not expecting the test to be positive, I really was just thinking like, man, my period's taking a little bit more to come and this is just a rougher PMS. Like, that's really what I was thinking in my head. But I don't know, it was just something that kind of like in me was like, take a test. I really don't, outside of that, really nothing. So I ended up taking one, and not even, you know, the little time went by, and I looked down and it said that it was positive. It had the 2 lines on there, and I was just like, you know, I mean, y'all, like literally I was like, what? So I can't remember if I took another one or if I just went straight downstairs and told Evan, but I told him to come upstairs. I was like, can you come upstairs real quick? And he was kind of looking at me weird because he was like in the middle of washing dishes and stuff. And I was like, I need you to come upstairs. And he was looking at me like I was crazy, okay? So he came up, and then he came into the bathroom, and I just like pointed at the counter. And then we both just kind of looked at each other, and it was just like, yeah. So that was how I found out how we found out, which was not very eventful or super exciting. It's just funny because like the first time around with Emery, we had been trying for so long to have her. And then when we finally did, it was kind of a similar thing where I was having like an intuition of like, okay, maybe I should take a test. There was like some different symptoms and stuff I was experiencing. And then I ended up surprising Evan. Like I went and bought like a onesie, and I made a little sign and stuff. So it was a lot more like epic and exciting. I just realized I was in the wrong mode. Y'all, when I tell you, I'm like completely out of practice with vlogging, all the things. Like I wanted this video to be so much more than it is, but like today we were out and stuff, and then I was like, oh my gosh, I didn't even pick up the camera. Like, what is going on? But I'm just not used to picking up the camera like I used to be, so it's gonna take me a while to get back into the swing of things. But so I did want to quickly just share a little bit about my initial thoughts and feelings and stuff, but I wanted to first say that I am very sensitive to the fact that just the topic of pregnancy alone can be triggering to some. So I just wanted to acknowledge that first and foremost, and just to say that any of the feelings that I share, because they're not all going to be positive and different things, it is just my personal experience. But at the end of the day, I'm so blessed, I'm so grateful, and I'm so excited to meet this little baby, you know, that I'm growing in my belly. At this time, I'm currently 13 weeks. And I'll actually show you. This is not about to turn into like no pregnancy channel, y'all, but I'm just showing you because it's been a while. I'm excited to share. So this is my belly currently. It's not really much to see because again, I'm only 13 weeks, but I'll just give you a little, if you can even see anything. I don't know. Okay. I don't know. Can y'all see anything? Okay. So, but yeah, I just wanted to first say that like I'm very sensitive to that, and so I just want to send my heart out to anyone if there is a situation where you have been trying for a while, if there are infertility issues, if there's loss, anything within that ballpark. I just want to acknowledge you and say I see you, I love you, I am praying for you, and I just don't want what I say to come off in any other way than just me genuinely sharing my heart. And I'm not really going to go super in depth just because, you know, this is my personal experience, but I like keep it real on this channel, and I want to share. And I think that it really does play a role in a lot of what I talk about on this channel of, you know, giving ourselves grace, getting out of your own way, and most importantly, showing up for yourself and understanding what season you're in. Like, these are all things that I talk about. And so I feel like what I have been living for these past months is very relevant to a lot of those messages that I encourage you all with. Yeah, so I'm not gonna lie, like well, it wasn't planned. This was not planned at all. So this was definitely like a surprise pregnancy. And not to get too much into my business, but yeah, like we were not, like we weren't trying or anything like that. And so initially when I found out, I was in pretty much shock. I was definitely in shock. And I think for a really long time, just because it had been so many years since I had my daughter, I was just kind of like, okay, I had gotten used to just having one kid. We really had kind of felt okay with like, okay, we're good with one, and that was just kind of how we felt because, being a parent is a lot. Being a mom is a lot. And I really want to be the best mom I possibly can. And so I had always felt like, this is my thing, like my daughter, my one. I want to pour all I can into her and do all the best I can because, I'm not always the most patient. I'm not perfect. And I just felt like, if there was another kid that kind of would come into the picture, it was hard for me to picture, basically, is what I'm saying. And so when I found out that news, I was really stunned. And I'm like, okay, this is definitely something to take in. And it really took me a while just to even process the fact that I was pregnant, y'all. Okay, like for a while, of course, we ended up telling friends and family. We told them pretty early on. I think within like the first couple of days, most of our close friends and family knew. And for me, of course, there's like the physical symptoms and things. So the nausea continued for me. I would have like a couple days where I would feel decent, and then a couple days where it would be a little bit more moderate. It never really had been severe. I think I maybe had one or two instances where it felt severe, but I never had any like thing where I was, I don't like to use that word, but like none was coming up, but it would get intense feeling at certain times. And thankfully that has tapered off within the last couple of weeks because I don't wish it on nobody, okay? I don't wish it on anyone. But yeah, so that was kind of initially what was going on. And I would honestly keep it all the way real. Probably the last 3 weeks or so was really where I finally was like, okay, this is going to be my new normal. I want to accept this for what it is. But I also am holding space for the Tatiana that had a whole different picture for how this year was going to go. Like I had just came off of my race. I had a lot of things that I wanted to be doing for my business. I was getting ready to hit the ground running, y'all, like getting back into the swing of things after traveling and all of that. And so then for this news and then how I was feeling, super exhausted, nauseous. And then the worst of it all was that all of my like motivation and excitement for things that I had going on and really just like, I don't know what to really say the word is. It was gone. Okay. That's basically what I'm saying. It was gone. And so that was really hard for me because it really was out of my control. Like I would sit down and try to come up with something. I didn't feel creative. I would, try to do some different things. And I always did what I had to do. Like I always did what I feel like is my minimum show up level. I've talked about this before. So my membership, I have never stopped showing up for those ladies. I always showed up for the calls. I always did what I needed to do. I created the new theme for them because that's a commitment that I made, So I have like my minimum things, but some things, it was just hard, like this channel. It was hard to get on this channel and get on, and I'm nauseous and I'm trying to talk on a live, I tried to do like a live series for a little bit, but I just was not feeling it. I just felt so, okay. So that was really what was going on for the last few months, is just not feeling like myself, not feeling like really doing anything, and just deciding to be like, okay, what gives, so I'm focusing on the things that I know I have to. So that was like getting back into homeschool with my daughter. So we were focusing on that, wrapping up the summer. She was in like different camp activities and different things. We were doing a couple of things over the summer and then gearing up for her first grade year. So getting all of the curriculum and our new schedule and all that stuff together. Like I really poured a lot into that. I poured a lot into the membership. I poured a lot into just continue to check in on family and friends. But when it came to a lot of the endeavors and things I had, like working out, running, doing all my business stuff, kind of like moving forward with the plans and stuff that I had, like all of that stuff took a backseat, and it was really hard for me to accept. It really was. And I think that was the biggest struggle I had, is just having to accept that life is about to look a lot different. Now I'm dealing with these symptoms and things, and now even like picturing my life from a year from now, I'm like, I don't know what it looks like. I don't know what it looks like to be a mom of two. Can I do it? You know? And so just all of this negative doubt, everything coming in. Not one time did I ever feel like I didn't want this to happen or anything like that, but I always just had like a cloud hanging over me, of just like this big anxiety, unknown, not sure, you know, how this is all going to work out type of thing. And it really sucked, you know, and I felt bad at times because I'm like, I know I should be excited, and I wasn't. And, you know, I'm just going to be honest. And so it was a lot of feelings to take in. And I'm so grateful that I came out of it. I think a lot of it just also had to do with just being in the first trimester, you know, being hormonal. And sometimes you just can't really control those things. You know, as much as you want to, you can't. And so I think that was a lot of it as well. But during this hiatus, though, there were some really, really exciting things that happened. And so one of the things was that I ended up going back to Ohio to visit family. But one of the main reasons that I went on this trip was to finally meet Shalina, y'all. Shalina is my bestie, my sister. She is my girl, okay, y'all? Like, Shalina is just absolutely a gift from God, if you ask me, as far as friendship is concerned. And I've shared about like how I met her on here before. She started off as my accountability partner. We had met through like a business group, and then ended up turning into what is now a sisterhood of really, really beautiful friendship. And I got a chance to finally meet her in person after us knowing each other for like 3.5 years. We finally met. And so that vlog and all of that will be coming soon, because I just wanted to share that experience too. But I felt like I needed to come on here and say a little bit of something. But the camera actually cut me off. But what I was saying is that it was like we just had always known each other in person, if that makes any sense. Like, it didn't feel like it was our first time meeting in person. So it was just really, really cool. I was so blessed to have that experience. And then, of course, I'm always so excited to be around my family, especially my mom. I got a chance to see some friends. Emery had the most amazing time, y'all. Okay, like she got her whole life up in Ohio. Like she definitely did. She did so many fun things, and it was just a really good time. Like, I got to see my dad, I got to see my brother, like my sister, and I was full. Okay, like it was so good. Even though I was not feeling my best, just in terms of like the fluctuations of the nausea and still just the blah feeling, you know. But overall, it was just such a good trip. It was such a good trip. I was so grateful for it. Also, during that time, my birthday happened, and I'm grateful to be here for another year. I really am. Typically, my birthday is always kind of like a sad time for me, and I decided that I wanted to try my best, you know, to just kind of prematurely get those negative feelings that I have that come around my birthday out of the way. And I really wanted to just enjoy it. It ended up just being kind of like just a pretty regular day for the most part, but my spirits were not super low, which I was really grateful for. And I did get a chance to hang out with some friends. It was nice. I felt very loved on, got some very, very sweet messages, and overall, I'm just glad to be here another year. I really am. That's the biggest blessing. And I'm just so happy that God has kept me. And I want to continue to share my message and encourage. And so that's why it was just so hard to be in a season where I felt like I didn't have anything to talk about. I didn't feel encouraging. I felt like I needed encouraging. And it was just such an empty season because, I don't know, I just really didn't know exactly what it was that I was personally needing. I just didn't have any direction, y'all. Like, it was really a rough time. I'm not even gonna lie. It was a rough time. And like I said, I'm just newly getting out of this. But when I tell you, it feels like a switch was turned on, okay? It really feels like that, because it went from just like complete fog, nothing, you know, just whatever. Like, anytime I'm thinking about something, I'm like, okay, to all of a sudden, just like about 2.5 weeks ago, 3 weeks ago, I'm like ready to start making lists, getting back into things and all of that stuff. So it's definitely been a process, and it's right in line with me getting out of that first trimester phase. So I'm really like was it a fluke? I'm sure not everything was, because those feelings were very real. And I think that it's only natural, anytime, even if you've never had kids before, it's natural to be excited about something, but also be like, ooh, my life's about to change, right? Or, now getting ready to have a second child, it's the same thing. It's like you don't know what to expect. And I know God's got us, but I still had to go through that for myself to come to a point of acceptance. Honestly, I mean, that's really what it's about. And so today was just such a beautiful day to be able to find out that we're having a boy and to have an opportunity to get that moment done in that way. It was nice because I really am excited for this. I am, and I'm grateful, and I want it to be filled with joy, and I want him to be healthy and all of those things. But it's just one of those situations where I had to go through that rough patch first. I had to go through that part that really didn't make sense, and I'm questioning it, and now I get to kind of enjoy this next phase of pregnancy. Second trimester, typically a lot lighter, hopefully. I'm a lot more productive, hopefully, and a lot more consistent, mainly. Okay, I'm so happy to be back. I actually have like some notes here, so I'm just looking to see if there was anything else I wanted to add. I ended up getting an unexpected haircut during this time as well. Okay, I just got that earlier this week. My hair was literally down here, y'all, okay? But when the stylist, she showed me where the hair was falling in terms of like, what am I trying to say? In the back, like on my back, it was like the middle part was going in like this, and then the sides were longer. And I was like, no, we can't do that. And luckily, I'm not super attached to my hair like I used to be back in the day. So I was like, you know what? It's fine. Chop it off. Let's do it. So I went from a trim to a haircut, and this is what we have. So now I have this little short cut, and I actually really like it. I'm getting used to it. I'm not gonna lie. It's not. It wasn't what I expected, but I really do like it, and I think that it is kind of fitting for the season because the hair feels lighter, and quite frankly, I feel lighter. Okay, I personally feel lighter, and I'm so grateful for that because I was just so tired of the heaviness. I did enjoy the naps though. I took quite a few naps. Okay, I made sure that I got my rest. Okay, but other than that, like a lot of the days just felt low. Like they really did. And so, like I said, I feel lighter. The hair is lighter. It's bouncier. And it just kind of, it is really embodying how I'm feeling about everything. So I'm so grateful for that. So I guess just the last thing I wanted to share is what can you expect from me? What is to come? We're getting into the busy season right now. This is the time of the holidays. This is the time of planner season. It's the time of so many different things, and I still have a lot of questions for myself about what I want to do, what I don't want to do, and I really don't want to put too much on my plate. So I'm kind of taking the next couple of weeks, since I'm just now kind of coming out of this fog, to just get clarity around what I truly want to be doing with my time these next few months, because of course we're in preparation, getting ready for a baby, but I'm also wanting to get my business back up and running. I'm wanting to get back on this channel. So it's a lot of like a lot of things pulling me in a lot of directions to be prepared for. But one of the things I did decide to do is to finally refresh my Handmade Planner Masterclass. So I'm so excited about that. I have already started working on it, and the class is going to be launching very, very soon. So I'm actually going to have the wait list down in the description below here. So that way you can get on it and be the first to hear the information, because that's going to be getting sent out sooner than later. And I'm super excited about it because not only am I adding a lot of new things to the existing course that there is, I'm refreshing a lot of the information, but there's also going to be these calls that you can get with it as well. And I'm just excited about it. I'm going to be sharing a lot more about it, but it's just going to be so supportive, which is literally, I feel like if I needed to pick a different middle name, supportive should be another name, because I love to support people and to be there. And I definitely think that what I'm trying to create for this group of ladies that signs up is support, so that whatever they are doing, whatever they decide to create, whenever they decide to launch it, they have all of the answers that they need to move forward and be successful in not only just the creation of the product, right? Not just that whole like technical aspect of it, but everything else that comes with it. So I'm really excited for that portion of it with the calls. They're going to be live. And I think it's a great way for me to just kind of get back into the swing of things. Videos will be starting to come back on this channel more regularly now, so I'm excited for that as well. You can expect more vlogs from me, day in the life vlogs. I have some more entrepreneur videos that will be coming. And I want to start sprinkling in a little bit of some homeschool content, because I have heard from a few people that they would like to see that from me. So I want to try that out and see how it does on this channel. And just to share, you know, from my perspective, my tips, suggestions, opinions, and just, you know, quite frankly, you know, just again, kind of like my life, right? Of choosing to be a mom that homeschools, what that looks like, and all of those things. So that's going to be something that will be getting shared too. And just gearing up for the holiday season, gearing up for a new baby. Like, there's so much excitement that is coming. I'm due in February of next year. So yeah, we'll be getting through the holidays and all of that stuff. And then first of the year, it's gonna get real. Okay. So yeah, y'all. So I hope that you enjoyed this update. I appreciate you for watching this video. Thank you so much to everybody just for your support, because it means so much to me. This channel means so much to me. What I do, what I speak about. Wait, oh, I did not even mention. During the time I hit 30,000 subscribers, y'all, okay? And this was a milestone that I had been wanting to hit for about a year now, okay? And then I ended up having like different issues where my consistency kept falling off due to us moving and all this different stuff. And I was like, I'm just never gonna hit it. And I hit 30,000 subscribers, okay? I still need a special place for that to be acknowledged in some way. So I think I'm gonna go live soon about that, just to celebrate with you all. So stay tuned. But yes, I had 30,000 subscribers and I'm so grateful. And that really just brings me to the closing of this video, is that I am just so grateful for the support of this community. I am just so thankful to be able to do what I do. I really am. And I really got a chance to see firsthand what it's like to be on the other side of things, to feel unmotivated, you know, to feel like I don't have any encouragement to give. And even like on one of my calls with the membership, the ladies on that call, because I ended up telling them that I was pregnant, well, kind of a little while ago, but they have poured so much into me. And I think that it was something that I really needed. I didn't know that I needed it, but man, was that such a special call. It was so beautiful, and I'm so grateful, because wow, when you are a person that is very much an encourager, you are a person that just is passionate about seeing other people win and lighting something inside of them and reminding them who they are, reminding them that they're capable. It can be very easy to get caught up in like being that person, right? You know, like being the pourer. And so to have some of the words and different things that I typically say to other people being poured into me, it was priceless. It really was. And I'm so grateful for that call. I saved that call so that I can go back and listen to it again, because man, what a blessing it was. Because I had been so hard on myself during that time. And I'm saying like it was so long ago, but during just a couple weeks ago, I was being so hard on myself because I hadn't been consistent. I hadn't been showing up, you know, in the ways that I wanted to. And I was just really disappointed in myself. I really was. And it was hard for me to accept, like, okay, I am growing a baby. Like, it's not like I'm just sitting here. It's not like I'm not trying to do things, but it was just, this is just where I'm at right now. And despite, you know, how many reminders of that I was given, and just knowing it was still just hard for me to wrap my head around the fact that, like, I don't feel creative. I don't feel encouraging, you know? It's really difficult. And I'm really grateful to the ladies that were on that call. You know who you are if you're watching this. Like, that meant so much to me, because I feel like that day specifically in that week, it was one of the lowest times of kind of like the first trimester, I guess you could say, of just me really feeling like, man, I have not really done much these past couple of months. Like, what am I doing? Should I even be doing my business? Like, there have been a lot of moments where I just wanted to shut everything down and just be like, forget it. And luckily, I just chose to hang on to the fact that, you know, that this is just a season and things will get better with time. I'm sorry, I'm not getting out of breath. I am getting out of breath while I'm talking, but that things will get better with time, and that is exactly what happened. I'm so grateful to God. I'm so grateful to those that have poured into me during this just challenging time for me mentally. And yeah, I mean, I know more challenges will be ahead. That's life. But I think that this was a much needed season for me. You know, even though it was completely unexpected, it was a much needed thing for me to just kind of take a step back and for once be poured into. And for that, I'm grateful for. You know, sometimes it's hard to step out of that role when you're so used to always being that for other people. You know, not even necessarily that people are asking me to be that, but that's just naturally who I am. And so I just appreciate being able to kind of turn that off for a while, but still knowing that, like, people are still there. You know, people still watched my videos. People still showed up. I still was able to hit a milestone here on this channel and still able to work with amazing clients. Like, I was able to still work with a couple of ladies that I'm wrapping up with them on planner designs, and I'm just grateful. I really am. I am. Even in the midst of this chaotic, crazy, hectic, sad, up and down, negative, whatever you want to call it, season, there was still so many like little glimpses of God being like, girl, I got you. You're fine. You got this. It's okay. And those are the things that have really kept me going and not wanting to give up on this. And so I'm really glad to be, again, feeling more like myself and just praying for a healthy rest of my pregnancy, praying for a healthy baby, praying for you all and your families as well, and just so grateful for the love and the support that I get on this channel. So thank you so much. If you made it this far, put a little blue heart down in the comments for the little baby boy, and you know, show us some love. We're so excited. We have no idea what we're going to name him. We have a couple names we agree on, but there's a couple where I'm looking at my husband like, are you joking? You know, so we will see. But stay tuned. So much more to come here on the channel. And I'm back. Okay, I'm back. Not like fake back, but I'm back. So I'll see y'all in the next one. Bye.